What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Celio's Network. Today, I'm going to be playing some games with Sander Wojcik's control list. He got top 4 at Malmo Regionals with it, and this list is very unique, and it looks like it's going to be very difficult to use, but I know it has a lot of potential, and it can basically beat just about anything. I have played exactly 0 games with this deck so far, so I'm going to be learning it with you guys. So I may be making mistakes, but I'm going to be trying to play my best with it and try to learn it as I go. Before we get into the deck, though, shout out to PotownStore.com, your best place to get PTCGO codes, and you can use code CELIO for 5% off. Also, shout out to FlipsideGaming.com, where I write free articles, and you can use code CELIO, all caps, for 10% off on your next order, $10 or more. So, Sander Wojcik played this control list at Malmo Regionals. He placed in the top 4, eventually losing to an ADP deck in top 4, because top 4 was 3 ADP Zacian decks and this control list. So, unlike Cinccino Mill, which this has some similarities to with the Cinccino line and the Aranguru and the Zacian V, this does not mill your opponent. It actually plays 0 Balelba and Bryson Man. So it's all control, and you just want to run your opponent out of resources until they just naturally mill or naturally run out of a deck because they're just sitting there draw passing, or they just scoop because they're sick of playing against the pain that is this control deck. So it has a lot of really cool things in it, so we'll look at a few of them before we get into the games. We've got the Persian with Make 'em Pay, 20 damage, and if your opponent has 4 or more cards in their hand, they reveal it, and then you get to choose cards and discard them until your opponent is down to 4 cards, so you can empty a lot of resources out of your opponent's hand. And then there's also the Pawnyard with Bag Slash. For just a colorless energy, your opponent reveals their hand, and you get to discard an item card there. So, usually not going to be as good as Persian's Make 'em Pay, but it's a basic Pokemon. You don't have to evolve. Of course, there's Aranguru with Resource Management to put any 3 cards from your discard pile at the bottom of your deck, so you can get back all of your nasty disruption things like Crushing Hammers. Just get 3 Crushing Hammers back and see if you can get 1 or 2 energies off next turn. There's a Lusamine in this deck, which is this was the bane of players' existences back a little while ago, and it seems to have fallen off, but it's back in Sander's deck. Put 2 in any combination of supporter and stadium cards from your discard pile into your hand. So you can Lusamine for double Yell Grunt, and then next turn resource manage that Lusamine back into your deck. There's Will, so you can guarantee the Crushing Hammer. Surge, so you can play 2 supporters in 1 turn, so maybe you can go Surge and then double Yell Grunt. Articuno, of course, it's GX attack, Cold Crush, GX, discard all energy from both active Pokemon, so you can just remove a bunch of energy in 1 fluid motion. Just attach an energy, attack, all those energy are gone. You don't have to flip heads with Crushing Hammers or return them to the opponent's hand with Team Yell Grunt. Of course, there are Lily Dolls, which have been in every control, install, and mill list since Lily's Doll came out. Your opponent does not get a prize card for knocking it out, so you can just sit them up there, let them waste a couple attacks, then take a turn to resource manage the dolls back in. And all the while, these dolls are stalling while you are trying to remove your opponent's resources, so they can add 2 turns to the game, and then you resource manage, and then they give you another extra 2 turns. Maybe the turn when you resource manage, you also gust something up with Custom Catcher and get it stuck in the active, because you can give it extra retreat cost with Absol. As you can see, the possibilities seem like they never end for this deck. There are just a ton of options and a lot of very unique counts and unique inclusions of cards. Like I said, I do think it's going to be pretty hard to actually play optimally. But I'm going to try my darndest here. So, game 1 with Sander control as soon as I can find the deck. Here it is. And this is his exact 60 from Malmo, so congrats and shout out to him for always providing us with very interesting decks. The last time I wanted to put crazy in the title of a deck profile or a video was the last time Sander had a deck that did really well. It was, I believe it was his dolls deck that wasn't dolls focused, but it had dolls in it, and this is basically what we're seeing again. There are some dolls to play with, but that's not the focus, because his decks rarely ever have a focus. There's usually just like multiple ways to play situations, and you can even use all of those ways in one game, or you can use them for specific matchups. So starting here with either Zacian or Ditto, probably fine to start with Zacian. We have the switch. Maybe it just doesn't matter which one we start with. We'll start with the Zacian. And they have a Heatran GX to start out with, so it looks like we may just be playing against Ability Zard, which in theory does not sound great for this deck, but I'm sure I will realize some sneaky things I can do as the game progresses. Just thinking off the top of my head here, of course we have the Absol, so we can gust something up and get it stuck. Oh, they're playing Super Scoop Up, which is interesting, and then a pass. So not a bad start. They do have a Jirachi down. They do have a Vulpix down. Hopefully we'll be able to get rid of this Heat Factory. Let's start out with an Acrobike, and we can either get a Custom Catcher or Persian. Probably going to grab the Custom Catcher for now. And we're going to Cynthia Caitlin to draw 3 cards. Yeah, we can't get a supporter from in there. And there's a Lily's Polka Doll, so we can just switch into that. Has to be played down as a trainer and then go to our bench. So the custom catchers we're not going to use just yet because they're kind of stuck there in the active anyway. But we are going to switch into our Lily's Polka Doll. I'll bench an Oranguru, and then I believe from here we will just Intrepid Sword. And of course Intrepid Sword will never net us a metal energy to attach, but it's always a free draw 3 cards at the end of our turn. Okay, so they used Heat Factory. We drew a Power Plant, but we did not draw it until Intrepid Sword, so that's a bummer. And they replaced it for us anyway. Oh, and they're playing Snorlax VMAX in here, so it looks like it's actually going to be a Snorlax VMAX deck, and we just saw kind of all of the support first. We didn't get to see the Snorlaxes first, so probably not Ability Zard. It's actually going to be Welder Snorlax VMAX. And my opponent here has still not gotten an attack off yet, so that's great for us. So we could Lusamine for Cynthia Caitlin, which is fine. We can play down a Power Plant. We could gust up a Vulpix. But that just doesn't seem amazing. I'll attach water here. If we get an Articuno, we can always use its ability to move the water energy off of Oranguru. Since they have Vulpix, I definitely think we want to protect our Zacian with Hood. We could also protect a Chinchino later on with Hood. But I think it's smart to protect the Zacian because it's 2 free prizes they can take since it's weak to fire. I don't think I want to play down the Power Plant just yet because if we can get the Articuno, that can help us, and we're going to want to use the Articuno's ability. So let's go Lusamine for these 2. We can at least draw 3 cards with Cynthia Caitlin next turn, and then I will just Intrepid Sword. friend ball. So friend ball is okay. We can grab, or we got a Jirachi anyway. So what will we get with friend ball? We might just search out another Jirachi and thin out the deck. If they play down a Snorlax this turn, hopefully they will. We can get a Chinchino or a Minchino. And here's a Welder. Just one energy. Another Vulpix. Since they have Victini Prism, I am going to want a Wobbuffet, and now I'm realizing I should have saved that Stealthy Hood for the Wobbuffet. So that might come back to bite me. Let me just check his list real quick. I have it up here on Limitless. He is playing the one Stealthy Hood, so I messed up there. Okay. What are we gonna want to do here? Crushing Hammer or Yell Grunt on that would be great. Let's go ahead and friend ball. We'll thin out the deck a little. Cynthia Caitlin. We'll get rid of a Jirachi. Grab back our Lusamine and draw 3 cards. Chinchino. Okay, that's not bad at all. We'll definitely go ahead and evolve this. And let's see what we're going to resource manage. We're probably going to resource manage the doll, a switch. So I could always just trade away pretty much anything really, and I think I have something. I have an extra slot for resource management. So Surge and Mars, nothing that's going to help us immediately there, unfortunately. Still no Articuno GX. We do have Custom Catcher. I'm not really sure if we need to Custom Catcher right now, though. I think we'll definitely play down the Jirachi and play down a Minchino. And also play down a doll. Chip does not seem very good right now. No energy in there. Okay, so we're gonna resource manage and grab a doll, a switch. And I suppose a Meowth in case later on we want to, like a Persian seems like a plan we're gonna go for. We're gonna need the Meowth first, and then the Persian's in the discard pile, and we'll have to get that second. So while they're on to the Victini Prism, that's 2 Welders down, 3 Welders down. Okay. Let's check his list again. It plays 1 switch and 1 escape board. I think we send up the Jirachi anyway. We don't mind giving up some prizes here. Okay. I don't believe we are ever going to use the Faba. Maybe we could. We'll trade first. We'll trade first. Because I'm thinking maybe we want to search our deck just to see what we're working with, because I haven't counted the cards in my deck yet on any of our searches. But we definitely want to do our make do's first before the Stellar Wish. So we'll make do one. We will pitch away the Faba, I think. I think that's the most disposable card in here. Okay, we got a Yell Grunt. That could definitely do something for us. Let's make do. I don't believe we're going to be using Mars at the very moment, so we can get that out of here. So we can Surge. We could Tate and Eliza. I'm just not sure how great that is. I think I'll go with the Stellar Wish first, and we'll see what we can get off of this. So we have double Yell Grunt as an option, putting 2 energy back into their hand. It seems okay. It doesn't seem great, though. They are down 3 Welder. If this deck plays Pal Pad, then that could end up being an issue. I do like the Crushing Hammer, and I do like the second Yell Grunt, though. We could also grab Quick Ball to get Wobbuffet. They haven't established in a little Ninetales just not a little Ninetales, a Ninetales just yet to bring up our Wobbuffet if we got that. It will also allow us to search the deck. I think I'm going to grab the Quick Ball. The Quick Ball can also get us an Articuno. There's a lot we can do with this Quick Ball. We just have to see what's in the deck, what we're working with here. And I don't think we're going to need the Chip Chip just yet, so I might get rid of that. They're at 5 prizes, so Stamp and then Chip Chip isn't doing a huge amount, in my opinion, right now. So let's Quick Ball away the Chip Chip and see what we have. We have the Wobbuffet, the Absol, and the Articuno in here. So if we get the Articuno, we don't even have to use we don't necessarily even have to use the Tate and Eliza, and we wouldn't have to use Surge this turn either. Or we can get the Wobbuffet and just wait. I think we'll get the Wobbuffet. They haven't played down a Ninetales yet. So if the problem with the Articuno is if we use it, so we get rid of the 3 energy on the Heatran, they can just hit switch and then knock out our Articuno with Victini and put all those energy back into their deck. Even if they don't knock out the Articuno, they're still putting the energy back into their deck, which is the issue. I kind of want to put a water energy down to just have it on the board for Articuno later on. So what I think we do here is Surge. I'm going to Tate and Eliza for the switch effect. And then we can either Lusamine the Tate and Eliza and Surge back, or I could always Yell Grunt. I think we're just going to Lusamine those 2 cards back, because we kind of took a turn where we didn't do anything substantial there. Actually, maybe not the Tate and Eliza. Maybe Cynthia Caitlin. Maybe Mars. We do have Stamp still. Mars will be a little better. We'll get the Cynthia Caitlin, because we can just get back whatever supporter we need with the Cynthia Caitlin. And from here, I do think we'll put out the Power Plant. I'll hold on to this Water Energy and Intrepid Sword. So Victini Prism is definitely an issue, and I definitely misplayed by putting the Stealthy Hood on the Zacian. I completely forgot Stealthy Hood is here for the Wobbuffet to stop them from gusting up the Wob and then knocking it out with Victini, because Wobbuffet says as long as this Pokemon is on your bench, Prism Star Pokemon in play can attack and have no abilities, but if they gust it up to the active, then they're just fine with taking care of it, and that might be just what they're doing here. It is. But they're going to knock it out with the Heatran, not with the Victini Prism. So Pokemon was knocked out, which means we could always use Rosa this turn. That's not bad at all. So we'll send up the Jirachi. I do think we might want to play down our Meowth now. Let's make do. Make do. And then Stellar Wish. Okay, so we got a switch. That means we wouldn't have to grab a board. So I think we can take the switch here, and that allows us to get something else with Rosa potentially, or we don't even have to Rosa. There are just so many possibilities. So we're gonna play down the Meowth. Gonna put Recycle Energy down. We have Switch in hand. We're gonna play Rosa. So with Rosa we can get Ordinary Rod. And we'll grab the Articuno as well. And we'll do both. So we'll put back the Wobbuffet and the Persian, and oh yeah, it's only letting us select Pokemon first, and then we select our energy. So Wobbuffet and Persian back into the deck. And then we're going to switch into Lily's Pokédoll. And from there, I think... Now see, they could retreat the, They can't just retreat this Heatran, but I'm not sure if they will. So that's definitely interesting. I think the right thing to do might just be retreat the Heatran and swing with Victini and put all those energy back into their deck. Okay, there's a switch into the Victini. Oh, and they're bringing up the Meowth. That's a good move on their part. Alright, so they've got one welder left. Absol Wob. Double Yell Grunt. I think I actually want to put the water energy for Articuno purposes. And we're going to stamp them down. Let's see if our hammer works. Does not work, but that's okay. We have another hammer. And that one doesn't work either, but it's still okay. Because we're going to surge and double Yell Grunt here. We're going to get Ordinary Rod, Surge, and Yell Grunt, I think. Or no, Surge and Lucamine. Okay, so they have an escape board. And they can just, oh, okay, they're not. I was going to say they can just 9 Temptations up our Wobbuffet. I don't think I need to recycle energy. Alright, we've got double hammer. There we go. I kind of just want to will and get this other hammer off, or get the other energy off with the hammer. And let me just reiterate again that I definitely have not been playing this game optimally. So I'm just gonna grab the Tate and Liza. So if this Jirachi does not get knocked out, then I know I need to switch. And even if it does get knocked out, I think I'm gonna need a switching card next turn. This is very hard to play. I can feel the gears turning right now. So let's go ahead and try another Crushing Hammer. Tails. So that's 3 out of 4 tails so far on Crushing Hammers. I think we'll just put a doll down. It might be time to use some custom catchers. Because they're down to 1 welder left in their deck. If they manually attach to either of these, they can attack, but if we like brought up a Vulpix, they would have to retreat and then not attack next turn. So I think I like that. Giant Hearts for 2 energy. And they have a switch. Okay, so they show that they have 2 energy in hand. They have the 9 tails, of course. So we know they have 2 energy in hand. I'm thinking we have the Articuno. Okay, I think that's the best I could do there. That turn, I think that was the best I could do. But as far as the rest of the game goes, it has not been the best I could do. Okay, so with 2 energy, Hop Burn does 100, so they can knock out a Chinchino. Okay, so we'll have to stop them from doing that then. So we're gonna switch. The last card in our deck is a doll, I think, and we don't need to draw into that right now. Bring that up. And resource manage. We'll grab a Yell Grunt. I forgot what the other card was that I needed because I saw the timer. What did I need? I needed Yell Grunt. Oh, I needed custom catchers, I think. Well, double Yell Grunt. I think double Yell Grunt can be okay without the custom catchers. Let's see if they have switch here. They have 9 Temptations. Do they have the switch? It looks like they have a switch. Or do they have Welder? Dedenne. Oh boy. They need switch or Welder there. So last turn I guess I could have Lusamined for Power Plant, right? Okay, they whiffed it. They whiffed it. All right. So we can hard retreat this, double yell grunt, then stamp them. I think it's most important to take it off of the Victini. Alright, I don't know if I did all of that right. That turn, I am definitely a little shaky on. Now, if they have... Okay, so they didn't have enough there to do all the scary stuff. Let's make do. My timer is running very low, like every turn here. What? Wait, it gave me 3 seconds to decide. Oh, I ran out of full time. Oh man. Okay. I was probably gonna lose that one anyway. I ran out of my full timer down on the bottom right. I always forget about that one. I always only look at the in-game timer clock. But I was playing too slow, so that would have either been a loss or a tie, like in a real life situation. And I definitely could have still lost that one, but I was definitely playing way too slow. And that was a hard match. I was definitely misplaying a lot. Let's play another one. I can't really be mad about that first game with the deck. And I'm definitely aware that I was taking a long time for all of my actions. So that's why you gotta practice these decks. You can't just pick it up and go into a tournament, because your timer won't run out, but you'll get game loss for slow play. Okay, so this hand doesn't look great, but it's workable. Oh, we got Quick Ball, we got Cynthia Caitlin. I'm sure it'll be fine. Looks like we're playing against a mono grass deck. Maybe this could actually be terrible for us, because Rillaboom accelerates energy. Okay. And we're getting Marnied. Alright. Oh, they have a free retreat Pokemon. This doesn't seem like a favorable matchup. But I could be wrong, but it seems very bad. And we started Articuno. I'm thinking, what do I want for my other bench spots? I'm going to want an Aranguro slot, and I'm also going to want a Doll slot. But things are going to get knocked out eventually, so I'm sure I'm fine putting down the Minccino. Let's Acrobike. Grab this. Let's get our Articuno out of there. I mean, if our opponent is not going to really do anything, I guess using Ice Wing and taking knockouts is always an option. Probably not going to come to that, but I'll attach an energy to Articuno and Intrepid Sword. Okay, there's research. So we're not playing against like a total theme deck. It looks like it's just a Rillaboom deck that got a slow start. And Super Growth up into the Rillaboom. So this needs 4 energy to attack. They probably wouldn't like having the Rillaboom in the active, I could imagine. We'll start off with Cynthia Caitlin. Grab Lusamine. Okay. They've already used an Ordinary Rod. They probably only play like 1, maybe 2 at the most. Grab a Doll. Let's play down our Doll. And I'm not going to do anything yet. I'd kind of like to see them allocate their energy around the board, and then we'll just try to stick a Pokemon without energy on it into the active. Sticking the Rillaboom into the active will probably be what we go with, since it has 3 retreat and a 4 energy attack. So they are playing Gust effects, and they are flipping those heads. Okay, burning a switch, I don't mind. This is fine. They're burning a switch. Giga Hammer, they can't use it next turn. Alright. I've got a very large hand there. Let's get a Meowth down. I think we'll just go for a Cynthia Caitlin here. And we'll grab back a Yell Grunt. Okay. Make do away a Jirachi. Sky Pillar, I'm not aware of any bench damage they can deal. think we'll attach that there. I would really like a Wobbuffet actually, so their Shaman can attack because their Shaman's a very efficient attacker for them. We'll go with a Crushing Hammer. Tails. I am not lucky today with the Crushing Hammers. If they do retreat the Delmise and start attacking with the Shaman, I think I'm fine with that. Because it's energy they're discarding and getting rid of, and I definitely want that to happen. So, from here, I won't bench the Guru just yet. I'll Intrepid Sword. So I got a Quick Ball. I can get Absol with that. I can get Wobbuffet with that. Venusaur Snivy. I think they might have thought that Shining Vine worked on the bench. Just how quickly they attached that. They can actually use Solar Plant to do 50 to my whole board, but at the moment that's not going to be taking any knockouts. So Marnie again, we had a stacked hand and they had a large hand we were going to try to get rid of things from, so that's disappointing that they Marnied. And they're going to Solar Plant GX. Alright. We'll send up our Jirachi. I did not expect any of that to happen. But this is definitely scary because they can Shining Vine us. So that is definitely scary. I missed the hand that we had. That was a good hand. Articuno GX could definitely come in handy right about now. There's a lot of things we can do. I think we'll start off with Make Do. That's probably the best. Escape Board is not bad. Yell Grunt is not bad. Let's Stellar Wish because I'm not sure if I want a Mars. So I think we can Stellar Wish away the Switch. I'm sorry, Quick Ball away the Switch because we have a Escape Board now. Oh, that's right. We have to Ordinary Rod the Articuno back in. I forgot we started with it this game. This deck is doing terrible things to my brain. Let's grab an Oranguru because I don't think we have one yet. Okay, we'll grab an Oranguru. Two, three, four, five, six, seven. We're gonna Stellar Wish before Supporter. Crushing Hammer could be great. And it's Tails. I guess we're just going to Mars. And we got rid of a Grass Energy. Maybe they don't have another one in hand. And of course they can Rillaboom to this Venusaur, but then they can't Shining Vine if they don't have a Grass Energy in hand. So I guess we could hope for that. There's really not anything that I want to leave in the active. We still have another Oranguru in the deck, so I guess best case scenario is that they use Voltage Beat to attach 2 energy to Venusaur Snivy, and then just knock out whatever I leave active. Best case scenario is that they don't bring up this Zacian and knock that out. So I think we could bench this Oranguru and retreat into that, since we do not have a doll right now. Intrepid sword. So we got a stealthy hood, just possibly a turn late. We also got the ordinary rod. I wanted to see both of these this past turn. The stealthy hood to stop their shining vine for bringing up Zacian, and the ordinary rod to get back Articuno and water energy. So we may have gotten them too late. Let's see if they have an energy to attach. We might have just gotten a very lucky discard with the Mars, and it looks like we did get a very lucky discard with the Mars. Alrighty then. So first things first, we want to get back our Articuno, water energy, and Oranguru. Do both. Guru, Articuno, water energy. Alright, now that we've done that, let's make do. Oh wait, Faba. We got double custom catcher. That could come in handy for sure. Stellar Wish. We've got a Quick Ball, Wondrous Labyrinth. That could be good. Our best bet here is probably the Quick Ball because we can use resource management. But Wondrous Labyrinth is definitely tempting. I think we'll just go with the Quick Ball here. And now Yell Grunt, I kind of don't want to give them an energy back into their hand. So that puts me in a peculiar situation where I don't actually want to use Yell Grunt. I am going to Stealthy Hood this. And I'll Quick Ball away. I guess I'll Quick Ball away the Wob. The Shaman isn't a huge deal like the Victini Prism was in the last match because it's not getting their resources back. It's just another attacker and they have plenty of attackers. So we'll bench the Guru. Do that. Bring up the Rillaboom is the best thing to bring up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 energy on the board, 3 in the discard pile. I'm thinking this deck probably plays 10 to 12 grass energy. Now, I'm definitely retreating into the Guru, but do I want a resource management or do I want to use Intrepid Sword to draw some cards? Because there's not a ton of stuff in here I need. Of course, there are some targets I'd like to get into there. But I think maybe just getting the extra cards is just better here. We got another Guru anyway, if we end up needing that. We have a Persian if they end their turn with a lot of cards in hand. Mars is at least a supporter I'm comfortable playing. The Yell Grunt just doesn't seem very good. They've already burnt 2 switch, and they're playing another switch. Okay. And they're going to voltage beat to the Shaman. And I thought the Shaman wasn't going to be an issue, and I might just be wrong here. So that's 3 switches down. They have a ton of cards in their hand. Let's make do. There's Surge. Okay. This could be okay. Now if only we had another custom catcher in hand. Hmm. I'm thinking, do I want to put these 2 grass energy back in their hand and then discard them? I could get 2 energy off the Venusaur Snivy. They've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 energy in play, because drawing into another custom catcher could be really good. So I think although I'd like to double grunt them, I think I'm going to Mars just to see if I can hit another custom catcher, and I do hit another custom catcher. That's huge. This is really good. So here I could actually Lusamine. They played the Dedenne. I haven't seen any evidence of a Dedenne, but I think Lusamine could be good here, just to stop them from using abilities. And then, of course, we'll go in with the Persian after I bring up this Rillaboom. Okay. So we're going to double catcher the Rillaboom. Retreat into this here Persian. Lay down a power plant. And we're going to make them pay. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards in their hand. That means we get to discard 5 of them. We don't want them to have those. These get them energy. Okay, we'll get rid of those. So none of the cards in their hand were switch. That's good. They're going to get some grass energy. Let's see how many are left. They have 2 grass energy there to get. They're going to use the quick ball. Let's see if that quick ball should have been something I took away from them. Just another Rowleg, so they're just thinning their deck. Okay, and no energy to attach from hand, of course. There are a lot of... Okay. We'll get rid of the water energy. A lot of decisions to make here. Also would like to not time out on this one because I think I can actually win it. So here I think we double Yell Grunt and Resource Management. But playing down the Resource Management, of course, means we don't have room for an Articuno. But I think that'll be okay because they still have to take another prize card and they can't gust this up with their Snivy. They would have to gust it up with the Pokemon Catcher. So we'll leave that RNG up to the RNG. We'll attach this return. Surge. And double grunt. And at this point, we're hoping they don't have more energy left in their deck to accelerate. Now, they do end up having energy left in their deck to accelerate. What would we need to deal with that? Probably a Surge. They'll probably retreat into Shaman or Actually, we're gonna need double custom catcher, aren't we? So the Articuno is in the deck already. There, I think... Crap, that was bad. I needed to get... Oh, yes, let's go. They didn't attach anything. I misplayed so poorly there. I needed to get an ordinary rod because this is my second Oranguru, and I need to be able to put the Oranguru back in. So that could have been absolutely terrible there. Of course, they could have also just not noticed it and then scooped, but that could have been just very, very bad. So let's make do. Wondrous Labyrinth, that's great for us, I think. Or it could actually come back to bite us in the butt, maybe. I think we just put 2 recycles here. And I think we've learned they don't have the Dene in their deck because they have Power Plant in their deck as well. So the Wondrous Labyrinth might be really good for us. They have a large hand, so I think we stamp them, but of course that means they could accelerate those energy. No reason to stamp. No reason to stamp. Okay. And now, of course, we are going to get that ordinary rod I mentioned. We're going to get Lieutenant Surge. We're going to get Lucamine. And they just pass. Alright. So now I think we start just trying to remove all of the energy on their board. So, there's nothing I necessarily want to make do and get rid of. So we're just going to resource management and get back our crushing hammers. We prized 2 crushing hammers this game. So I'm definitely worried about time right now, so hopefully I don't start misplaying in the rush. I also think most of these cards are generally good to keep around. I will get rid of the Articuno because I can just ordinary rod it back. And then here I'm going to Will, and then Crushing Hammer. It's going to be heads, and we're going to get rid of Venusaur and Snivy energy, and then resource manage back. Crushing Hammer. Team Yell Grunt and Will. Okay. 5 minutes on my clock. Okay, so we got Crushing Hammer, and we're going to make do. Oh wait, the Sky Pillar, we can always get that back with Lucamine if we need it. And then we're going to make do. Oh wait, Yell Grunt, grab our Will. So we'll play 1 Crushing Hammer. Tails, and then we'll make this one a heads. And then, of course, we will resource management. And I'm going to get back 2 Crushing Hammer. I'm actually going to get back 1 Crushing Hammer because I realize Switch is something we should have in our deck. Actually, we can just... Do we have Lucamine in our hand? Yeah, we have Lucamine in our hand. We can get back, Tantalizes, so we don't need that. Okay, down to 4 minutes. I need to make my turns much quicker. If they're just going to draw pass, I might need to just start draw passing at some point. Okay, here's Quick Ball. They got rid of their power plant. They could have replaced our Wondrous Labyrinth. They might just want to search their deck. And, okay, so I think I'm just going to play this Crushing Hammer and pass. Yes, I'm sure. I'm going to run out of time, PTCGO. Play the Crushing Hammer and pass. 1 card deck. Energy recycle system. It is very difficult to play this game in without slow playing, or play this deck with a moderate pace of play. At least when you've only played 1.5 games with the deck and you don't know what's going on. So here, I unfortunately think I need to bump the Wondrous Labyrinth. So we'll grab this, and I'll also grab this. I'm going to switch into the Persian. They don't power plant. We're gonna make them pay. Get rid of all of their grass energy. I guess we'll get rid of these because they can search for things. Okay. And they scooped. Let's go. We won a game with Sander control. It only took us an hour and 8 minutes. Wonderful. Well, if anyone stuck through that entire hour of grueling gameplay with Sander control, hopefully you learned a little bit of something from all of my misplays and my they were scarce, but my correct plays. This deck is this deck is either a testament to Sander's genius or a testament to him throwing a bunch of cards into a deck and hoping it works. He did one of those. But the deck is insane, very, very difficult to play. I've never touched this deck before today. And I haven't played a control deck in general in this format yet, so this does not play like Pidgeotto control, it does not play like Cinccino Mill. I guess it plays slightly like Pidgeotto control because you want to remove their energy and gust something active, but you're not focused on the chip thing, like that was Pidgeotto's entire game plan. Wow. This deck was very, very hard to play, 10 out of 10. And I'm glad that I could beat Rillaboom. That was my greatest achievement of the day. So hope you guys enjoyed this. Like I said, maybe you learned something from it, or at least got some entertainment out of it. As always, check out PotownStore.com, my lovely sponsor, and you can use code Celio for 5% off over there. FlipsideGaming.com, where I write free articles, and you can use code Celio, all caps, for 10% off. And I do encourage you to use that 10% off over Flipside. They have really great prices on a lot of stuff, especially that's where I get all of my sleeves at. So go use that 10% over there, and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this lovely display of Sander control and you'd like to see more in the future. I'll see you next time here on Celio's Network.